Roaming charges within the EU are to be cheaper as of this month. EU regulations demand that reductions must be implemented by April the 30th. Roaming charges will cease to exist altogether as of June 15, 2017, and consumers will pay the same price for calls and texts regardless of where they are, provided they are travelling within the EU. Ricky Shields reports.
Finally, a win for the European consumer. Members of the European Parliament last year voted through new rules that will scrap mobile roaming charges and stop holidaymakers and business travellers returning home to the nightmare of a massive phone bill racked up on their travels. The deal reached between European authorities to scrap increased costs for calls, text and data while roaming within the EU has passed into law, and price caps will come into force as of the end of this month, with a further reduction as of the 15th of June 2017, which will mean there are no extra roaming fees at all. So Cyprus mobile phone users who travel within Europe will only have to pay exactly the same price as they would at home, curbing the cost of continued mobile connectivity while abroad. Former Vice President of the European Commission and Rapporteur for the Trade in Services Agreement, Viviane Reding, said after 10 years of tireless fight, roaming is over. A victory for consumers and a stepping stone towards a truly European digital single market. The plans followed years of negotiations and U-turns as the European Parliament butted heads with EU member states concerned about the financial impact on their national telecoms groups. CETA apparently will reduce its roaming charges between 20 and 72%, depending on what package and prices the individual consumer has. MTN and PrimeTel have yet to comment, but it's certain that they will drop their prices accordingly too. The European Commission says that retail prices for cross-border calls, text and data have fallen by more than 80% since 2007, and for data by up to 91%, which is only to be expected since the huge prices charged up to now have not been sustainable. Anyone who spent any length of time abroad in Europe has been horrified when they get their next bill at home. You have to ask yourself though, why 2017 and not now? I suppose it's nice to be able to gouge our pockets for another year. Mind you, the good thing though is that it will happen. The end of rip-off roaming fees is a massive win for European consumers. Driving down costs and making it easier to travel is what being in the EU is all about. And this shows that despite the many flaws of the juggernaut that is the European Union, much can be achieved when each nation within the bloc organises in good faith, working together to improve the lives of all Europeans. This is Mr. Shields reporting for Rock FM.
On air and online at rockfmcyprus.com.
Today's best mix.
Rock FM.